The Screecher.
and came up with the concept of an AI that if you burst it, it would let out an AOE blast that would buff all the AI around it.
So there has been another Hugo Martin stream, and he basically went through Mars Core and played it. Very fun stuff. But the feature presentation is the reveal of the new enemy for the second expansion pack, The Ancient Gods Part 2. So basically, the new enemy that Hugo Martin revealed was the Screecher. Now basically it's like a hell zombie, very slow moving, he said, and basically this all stemmed from a conversation where they said, what if there was an enemy on the chessboard that you didn't want to kill, because all of Doom Eternal is about, being aggressive. The solution to everything is being aggressive and killing all of the enemies on screen, but what if there was an enemy that you didn't want to touch until maybe, he was the last one left? Well, the Screecher is that enemy. So basically, he is a slow-moving zombie, and if you shoot him, and if you kill him, he lets out an AoE blast, and that basically buffs all of the other enemies surrounding him. So I think this is a really cool idea, and it's something that we have seen. I mean, there are enemies on the chessboard that you don't want to kill until the very end, like the Marauder, but the Marauder you can kill at any time, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's the black belt on the screen, so you kind of want to take him out for, last. But with the Screecher, it's a little bit different. You actually should probably kill him last, or he sends out a blast and basically buffs all the enemies, and I think that's really cool, because, there is some criticism about the buff totem, that they don't add too much to the game, and they're kind of just a weird gameplay element. I mean, I disagree. I think the buff totems are fine, and they just basically are just another thing to worry about, destroying first. But now, this extends the idea of the buff totem and makes it into an actual bad guy, and then makes it into an actual demon. And there are going to be incidental combat areas where he's going to show up, and also the arenas. Now, I'm very interested in the more incidental combat zones, and how he'll be, used there. I think that's going to be interesting to see. And in general, I think the Doom Eternal incidental combat zones are more, not impressive, but they're just more interesting in my opinion on how they're set up compared to the combat arenas, the combat skate parks, if you will. But yeah, very interesting stuff from Hugo. I mean, I'm looking forward to the other streams, the upcoming streams that will be, released, well, not released, but you know what I mean, live streamed in the next few weeks or so. I'm very interested in what Hugo has to say about the DLC leading up to the release of it. I mean, we don't even have a trailer yet, so I did want to ask you guys, when do you think The Ancient Gods Part 2 will be released? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say on that, because I have no idea. I mean, I'm thinking maybe, I'm not going to say March, I think maybe April is my guess. I mean, we'll probably see the release date in March or whatever, but yeah, that's just something I want to ask you guys, run it past you guys, because I am interested in what you guys have to say. I read every comment, I like engaging with you guys, I love hearting the comments, etc. I love replying, and yeah, so when is the release date? I do want to get your predictions, and I also want to know what you think of this bad guy, because, yeah, it's interesting, because you don't really want to kill this guy, and there's a practical benefit of not killing him, because he won't, basically cause everyone to be buffed. I mean, again, with the Marauder, you kind of don't want to kill him first, because, I don't know, he acts kind of like a final boss, of the arena that you're fighting in, and, but there's not really any practical purpose of not killing the Marauder. It's actually, I think, easier to just kill him straight away, because, you're Doom experts at this point, you could probably kill him in like a few seconds, so why not do it, and why not just get rid of him then? But usually I try to keep him for last, because, he's an interesting fight, and he makes you change up how you fight. And that's what's going to be also interesting about this new demon called the Screecher. I think it's interesting whenever Doom adds a new demon, because it completely throws a curveball in your in your combat loop so far and your combat strategies and all of that. And this mindset even goes back to the Doom 2 days, where Doom 2 added so many new monsters that changed up how you played the game, and it changed up the combat loop significantly. And Doom Eternal did this with the Doom Hunter, the Marauder, obviously, the Carcass even. I mean, the Carcass is such a cool enemy. Not because he's the strongest dude in the world, it's just because how he shakes up the gameplay with the shields, and he just adds that layer to the chessboard. And I hope that the Screecher does the same thing, and I hope he's an interesting bad guy. And it looks like it sounds like, we don't have any footage, I don't know why he said he looks like, but he sounds like he is an interesting... He's an interesting role on the chessboard. And as long as I'm usually apprehensive whenever Doom introduces a new enemy. Excited, but a little apprehensive and a little nervous, because I think the Doom Eternal chessboard as it is perfect. Same with the weapon roster. I mean, I think both are perfect, and when you kind of add on to that, I'm excited, but also a little wary, because it's like, you don't want to fuck up perfection, you know what I mean? So, but at the same time, the Ancient Gods Part 1 also did a brilliant job with the new demons. I mean, the Bloodmaker completely switched up how you play, so did the turrets. I mean, the turrets were just little tiny distractions, but if you put 4 of them in a combat arena like they did in UAC Atlantica, it really shakes things up, especially on Nightmare difficulty. And that little annoyance can turn into a big threat when, they're placed in the arena in very clever and smart, creative ways. And that's how the turrets can be deadly, when they're paired in the right, zones and with the right demons. Same with the Bloodmaker, same with the spirits. I mean, the spirits shake up totally how you play. I mean, a lot of people didn't use the microwave beam, and then they kind of learnt to love the microwave beam, or they learned to hate it, because, I know some people aren't a fan of the spirits. I'm a fan of the spirits. They shake up how you play, and that is good. If they add another demon that can only be killed with one specific gun, it runs the risk of being a little not Doom-like. The brilliance of Doom Eternal is how you can be creative, and there are plenty of solutions to your issues and to the demons, and it's about experimenting with different playstyles. And the spirits, while it's a good AI, and I like the idea of using an underrated weapon mod like the microwave beam only to take the spirit out, but if you keep doing that, that kind of runs the risk of not, of flying against what Doom Eternal stands for. But having a demon that you can only kill with one gun, having it rarely and once and again, not a mainstay thing, I think that's fine, and it doesn't ruin things too much, and I like the spirit. But anyway, the Screecher, very interesting AI. I'm looking forward to it a lot. You don't want to kill it, and you have to kind of leave it to last. Kind of like the spirit, actually. I mean, you kind of just don't want to kill the spirits and the possessed enemy until last, and same with the Screecher, so it's going to be interesting. And I do wonder what the Screecher looks like. I mean, they specified a hell zombie, but again, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what a hell zombie looks like. I mean, I assume it's going to be very zombie-like, but who knows? It's going to be very interesting. So, are you excited for the Screecher? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'm going to be looking at the news for the Ancient Gods Part 2 every step of the way. But that's going to do it for me. Another unscripted video. You guys seem to have liked the last one I put out. It's a little more free-flowing, a little less formal. You guys seem to like it. The more podcasty, laid-back approach. And I like it too. It's a good breath of fresh air. So that's going to do it for me. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to start saying that. Fuck it. It's the new year. It's 2021. I'm going to say like and subscribe because you probably should for some good Doom Eternal content. I mean, I say it's good. It's probably fucking dog shit. But, I'll let you be the judge of that. That's what YouTube is for. That's what the internet is for you to react to stuff that people are putting out. So please leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please like, subscribe, do all of that. This has been Frozen Particle. Obviously, if you clicked the fucking channel, you probably know it's Frozen Particle, so I don't know why I said that because I'm a twat. I'm a twat. That's why I said it. But, yeah. See you guys next time. Bye.